We're about to check out some really badass shit.
This is a 1981 Bmw M1. They made 453 of them.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up guys? Javier from That Racing Channel. We have a very special episode for you today. We're here meeting up with our good friend John from Bullet Motorsports, and we're about to check out some really badass shit. So John's just pulling out some cars here. He probably has one of the sickest collections of just unique cars in general, muscle cars, anything you can imagine, military vehicles. Super sick. Here with my boy Sam as well. What's up, dude? Have some fun today. Oh yeah. So what do we have here?
It's a 73 Mustang Mach 1 clone. Has a 351 fully built with a little bit of spray. So sounds real.
Yeah, I think I saw a little Sneaky Pete bottle here.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Solenoid's inside, so it goes right to the intake manifold. You don't even see the lines in there.
Oh
it's probably
man.
good for like two shots.
That is awesome.
All right, so this is our main office, and then this is our investment grade collection of Corvettes. These are all best in the world. They're all 67s, and they're obviously all blue. I flew all the way to Calgary, Canada to buy this one. This has 23 options. It's a former GM executive car, and we've been offered quite a bit of money for it. We've got ourselves a Bmw M1. That's pretty rare. And then a one-of-one Roscion Q1R. That's the only carbon fiber version of this variant ever produced. So they've made 3 of these, but they were painted carbon fiber because they couldn't get the weave proper. Now, they did it right. And if you look closely, it's amazing. And then you can see that all these Corvettes are top tier. They are all nut and bolt. This one has original lacquer paint on it, which is what they came with. And then we've got ourselves a set of 2 Harley-Davidson motorcycles from the World War I era. Pretty neat.
That's awesome, man.
This one is original lacquer paint. And then the other ones have been all restored. And these are 98 points out of 100.
What color
So,
blue is this?
that's Marina blue.
Marina blue. Man, it's so pretty seeing it all together in one room.
Yep. We have a 2018 Roscion Q1R. Unbelievable. This is the only full naked carbon one produced. It's powered by an EcoBoost motor. It has a turbocharger, and it sounds like a whistling jet. They color matched a lot of stuff with the door handles and the mirrors and the brakes, and then also the straps or the harness for the seats.
Yeah, the lines in this car are insane.
Oh yeah.
Carbon fiber.
The door weighs 3 pounds.
Wow. That's wild.
All carbon.
It weighs 1,800 pounds, and it's about 300 foot-pounds of torque. So this is like a track car.
Badass.
And it seals up nice.
All right, John, so tell us a little more about this.
This BMW? Yeah, so this was flown into, or this was delivered to Mexico for the Grand Prix. This is a 1981 BMW M1. They made 453 of them. It is in what color?
Cocaine white?
Yep, and we got the Mexican plate here, so you can add that to it.
Cocaine white M1 from Mexico. You can't make this stuff up, guys.
So when you,
Real.
this is a real deal 8,000 mile car. So what that means is you get all the documentation with it. So they would give you this book when you bought it. And this book's worth quite a bit of money. It sports a set of BBS wheels, which were dealer installed. The original wheels cost around $35,000, and they are included with the sale. But that's original paint right there. You're not going to find another one like it, and it's worth around $700,000. They are trading and going up in value. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a super rare car. I don't think I've actually ever seen one of these before this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of
these things?
You know why they produce 453 of them, right? So they can actually run in a Pro Am series.
Okay.
So you have to have a production car in order to run it.
All right,
And
so
that was a whole.
built for that, yeah.
But what happened is they took them so long to do it, they ended up having to make up their own series because it didn't pass the, I guess, the specs at that time once they finished it.
Kind of reminds me of, what is it, the 8 Series, right?
Yeah, it does have a little bit of a front end appearance, and you're looking at, when you look at the grills, it is similar.
It's
Yeah.
like an 8 Series front end with like a Testarossa. Not the same side vents, but like the rear kind of reminds me of a Testarossa a little bit.
And wait till you look at the engine bay. When you open up the engine bay, it's unreal.
This thing is just, how many miles are on this
Ferrari,
thing?
like
8,000 miles.
8,000 miles.
Yeah.
8,000 miles.
Here, I'll hold the door
That's
for
it,
you.
it?
Oh yeah.
There's probably still some cocaine hidden in here somewhere.
Oh, yep, right under here in the glove box.
Car's worth $500,000 now, or more than that actually.
Dude, it's insane how clean this thing is.
Yeah, and you can see the Mexico sticker here. It has a Mexican radio as well, so that's the original radio. It is a beautiful car.
Awesome.
This is the first of the supercars, yeah.
It's so tight down by your feet,
Oh yeah.
like with the pedals and everything.
Oh.
It says M1 right here on that.
Yeah, so it comes with its own luggage. So every single M1 came with luggage. You got a toiletry bag.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh yeah. It's nice.
That's so
And then it's powered by a 3.5 liter straight six with 281 horsepower. That's pretty impressive for the time. You also have your correct tools, which, you know, for these type of vehicles, you need to have everything proper. It's neat. And then this is a one-piece design. So this hatch is worth a ton of money because it is the original hatch. And you can see that because just like a boat, there's imperfections here. And that's what happens when, over time, the glue that they use would come up. It's never been restored.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's worth more because it's never been restored. It's not something that has been taken apart.
That is wild.
Okay, so Javier was asking about the price point of these. I'll give you an estimated value, but I think they're going to keep going up. This one right here has 23 options, former GM executive car. I think this is worth around $450,000 right now. We've been offered quite a bit for this car, but we won't let it go. This is a hardtop coupe, that's right.
Coupe, excuse me.
And then it has every option you could think of for a big block. So this is 435 horsepower. Put it in the primaries.
This is the best sounding 66 Corvette you're ever going to find. 5-time NCRS top winner.
And then if you peer inside the glass, you'll be able to see how nice it is.
Okay. Which year is the split glass?
That's a 63.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually had a 63 here. We just sold it. That's a 67 as well. These are all 67s. That's a 390 horsepower side pipe car. So for Corvettes, the valuation goes on additional items that you get when you purchase it. Side pipes will add around $10,000 to $15,000 if they are original and if they're on the build sheet.
That's a factory accessory from
From
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet, that's right. So you order it with those items. Power brakes would be an accessory. And then if you've got the highest horsepower car, you can't get air conditioned. So if someone ever tells you, oh, I've got a 450 horsepower 67 with factory AC, that's bull. Other thing, soft tops are going to bring more value because it's another option and the top goes down. So that's going to be about a $15,000 to $20,000 difference if it's a pedigree car. So these wheels on this car right here, these are called Kelsey Hayes. These are original Kelsey Hayes wheels, are not reproductions. And you could tell by feeling the gills in here, there's like a sandpaper feel, like a 500 grit sandpaper feel. These wheels are worth around $50,000. Yeah.
Wow, just the wheels.
Yeah, just the wheels. And then the best sounding car we have is gonna be that one up there. That's a 450 horsepower 66. So I do have a 66 in here. It sounds like a NASCAR, and it rips like.
Straight. So these are probably some of the rarest Corvettes of these style.
It took.
In the country, or
I would say there's other collectors out there, but I think that we have a pretty big collection of blue 67 Corvettes that are all judged.
So before we go check out the other warehouse, give us a rundown on these bad boys, because these things are sweet, man.
I don't know if you're ready for this. Let me get you a helmet. Hold on.
I wear that while talking about them.
Can you wear it?
I'll definitely wear it.
Hold on a second.
So let's.
That's a real deal helmet.
Oh yeah, it's got some weight to it.
It's
So
bulletproof.
Give us the rundown.
So this is a 1943 WLA. It's a 750cc motor. This has been fully rebuilt by David Serafan. He's the guy that wrote the Bible on these books. He's, I would say, in my opinion, the best guy if you're purchasing a WLA.
Going to advance your throttle all the way to close. So if you come over here, you can see this is what's going to advance your timing. It's right now, it's touching. I like to open it up a little bit past that, so right there. You're going to go ahead and start your ignition. So you put it into this position right here. You can see that everything works. And then for the choke, you're going to put it at the upright position because it's cold, and you're going to ensure that your clutch is engaged and you're in neutral. You're going to get to your foot right here, your kickstart. And what you're going to do is you're going to build a little bit of pressure. You hear that noise?
Right there is really rare too. That's an anchor bike, so it has an anchor in the VIN. That's a fire extinguisher in the back, so you pump it. And I'm sure you're like, oh, there's oil on the floor. Well, that's because every single one of these leaks oil. And if there's no oil coming out of it, it's out of it. So add some more.
These are so cool, man.
This is a WLA, and then that's a real deal Navy bike. So
Navy bike, right?
and that's worth around $50,000. This one's worth around $40,000. And that's an original Harley-Davidson cluster.
I mean, everything on here is just, it's so cool. It brings you right back.
Oh yeah. And you see the seat, it's like a springy seat. So you've got a shock in there.
Yeah, old style.
Yeah. So we don't only host these, but we actually have a huge collection of Humvees. So we restore Humvees. We have like a year wait on them. We could show them to you if you want.
Oh yeah, like Humvees? Humvees?
Yeah, Humvees, yeah.
Definitely want to check that
Oh,
out.
oh, let's go look at that. Let's go look at some Humvees.
Let's take our golf cart. It's over here. No. Keep going. Here it is.
Oh hell yeah.
It's our 1973 Jeep.
I think
I don't know if I have the
TRC
keys.
needs a golf cart like this.
Pretty sick.
You know this has independent front and rear suspension. It's pretty neat.
That is sick. So this thing is definitely TRC approved as a golf cart.
Yep, it just needs an LS and a turbo. This goes 75 miles an hour. Yeah. And that's your dirty windshield. Golf cart.
This thing is so badass. we need one of these.
But we've got our big Betsy over here. That's a camper.
Whoa, so we got a lot
Oh yeah.
of military vehicles here.
Yeah. We house the largest selection of military vehicles in Florida.
What? Look at this. What is that thing?
That's a Stuart Stevenson.
Stuart Stevenson. Hell yeah. So this is basically like all inventory that you guys rebuild or sell them as is?
These are all as is right now, and then we'll rebuild them. And then we'll go for a ride in one of the ones we rebuilt if you want.
Oh, absolutely. So the one we saw out front, the Warthog tag?
Yep.
Nice. So normally we have a ton of fast cars and pretty much things that make a lot of horsepower on the channel. So this is a little bit different for you guys, but it's still really unique, really badass. I don't think I've seen so many Hummers in one place in my life. And some of the other ones that he builds, I mean, these are where they start. And some of the other ones that he builds, I mean, he really just transforms them into a whole other vehicle. So we'll go and show you the Warthog.
I'm 6'1". How tall is this thing set?
Dude, this thing is
10
insane.
10 foot high in the back, right?
Just to the, well, it might be,
That looks a little tall.
11.3 is what it is,
So
actually.
this thing 0 to 60?
It's got a 7-speed Allison in it, and it's got a Cummins in it.
Nice. So we're gonna have to drag race this against one of the Hummers.
No problem. You want to hear it?
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Holy sh! How the f do I get in this thing?
Not like a little girl, come on.
You gotta use your man strength to get in this.
So you've got your central tire inflation system. That's what controls your tire pressure for going up and down or going through sand. This is your air brake pressure.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
A lot of power. Freaking cool, man.
Yeah, so you got your boxes to put all your ammo.
See that M16 rifle holders here?
Yeah, you know, you need those.
See that? This is M16 rifle. Yeah. This looks like some kind of port right here to pop out of.
Put a turret on it.
Yeah.
You got heat, and then you got your. This will tell you how your grade is. So if you're going off road, because that capsule back there is really
That's
heavy
cool, yeah.
and tall, you don't want to tip over.
So someone that would purchase this from you would be using this as a camper or a hunting tool, or what would it be like?
They would turn it into a camper.
A camper, yeah.
It has full 120 volts in there, so 110 volts, so you can set up anything that's a household appliance.
For all your appliances, yeah. What about air conditioning in the back?
You can set up air conditioning, there's a spot available for it.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm a good 5 or 6 feet off the ground here at least.
You could go into water. You'll see when you get out there, look at the intake, where the snorkel is.
I saw that.
Just underneath it, you can go through that water.
No way.
So basically up to here.
Up to there, yeah. What's up with the bullet hole here?
You know.
Get into some
not
fights.
talking about
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So let's go check out that Warthog you call it, right?
Yeah, Warthog. We just did a 3-month comprehensive restoration on it. We did a 4L80 and then a 6.5 turbo motor with a host of goodies.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Let's go check it out. This thing is just seriously
We built
awesome.
we built this truck for a guy named Neil out of Texas. We built it about a year ago, and then he sent it back for the drivetrain swap, and this thing is dialed in. We've upgraded a lot of stuff that no one's ever done on a Humvee, and we're about to check it out.
Nice.
So what we have here is a 1986 Am General Humvee. This is a former military truck that we've refitted to have a host of fun goodies. We built this truck for a guy named Neil in Texas about a year ago, And then he called me, he goes, man, I drive like 300 miles to fishing tournaments and it only maxes out at 60. We got to do something. So let's do a swap. We did a 6.5 liter turbo swap with a center mount. We've upgraded it to a billet wheel, a high flow injection pump, high flow injectors, new fuel system. So it has an electronic fuel pump. And this thing rolls coal.
Wow, have you downloaded the car yet? Or
no, we're gonna actually bring it to the dyno tomorrow. You can see when you start looking at it, you're like, oh, it's kind of military, but then there's some aftermarket wheels. It has a set of Black Rhino 20-inch wheels with 38-inch tires. They're 13.5 inches wide, so it's not too aggressive. And then when you see the exhaust, our buddy at Slammer had helped us out with this, and he set up all the welds on it. It looks like candy inside there, and you can see a little bit of that soot coming out of that muffler. When you look at the rear, so it has still the military airlift bumper, and then you can see Warthog here. That's the nickname for this truck. That was a nickname for the build. It took us about 3 months to put this together, about 320 hours. When you look inside, you're going to see that it's tan on the exterior. This actually started off as a green dilapidated truck, and we did a green Line-X to match all of the interior components. When you come around the side, you're going to see that we have a set of custom aluminum doors by MME, and then let me show you the interior. So the interior is Line-X'd as well, all new military components. And then you're never gonna know that this has a turbo swap, a different transmission, a 4L80, which will let it go 75, 80 miles an hour, along with an MP242 transfer case that has been built. That transmission was also upgraded with redline clutches, a different valve body, and then a custom torque converter so that we can really put the power down, which I'll show you.
For some abuse, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to open up the actual engine bay right now, and I'll show you how nice it is. You're never going to see another Humvee with an engine that clean in regards to a 6.5 center mount turbo. So you could do a Duramax swap, but he wanted to keep it original. This thing sounds like a freaking tractor rolling down the road. It's so awesome. Okay. All right, so before I open up the hood, I want you to see that we've installed some custom mounts here because we had to do a 2-inch body lift. You would normally not see the hooks. All right, the fun stuff. There's the 6.5 liter. We've got a 200 amp alternator. That's an upgraded feature. We did a host of intake modifications. So that intake box is made to ford water. That's what that fording kit is for. We've modified the interior of it so that you have full flow. It's probably 40% better flow rate than stock. And then this truck has a 4L80, which is an electronic transmission. This is a 24-volt truck running a 12-volt transmission. So I think we're the only people that have ever cracked the code for the EZTCU by Fast. So you have to run a host of modules from Dakota Digital and then like get a conversion rate so you can get your RPM and your speed signal and then your throttle position so that you can set this to shift properly. With that new valve body, this thing shifts like, it's amazing. It shifts like a gunfire. What I think we should do is go inside and take it for a ride.
Yeah, start her up here. And then,
you want to hear this thing?
Yeah, man.
So you got 2 switches here. Because of the 12-volt system for the transmission, you can't keep it on the keyed ignition because that's 24 volts. We've also modified this to have your boost gauge here.
Ooh.
You're going to turn this on. That's going to be your transmission module. And then that's going to be your transmission module as well for the ignition. There you go. You can hear the turbo spooling already. Yeah. It'll shoot black smoke. Take it. Ready? Oh yeah. Yeah, sounds like a jet.
Just turbo and just, oh man.
Yeah, all you hear is turbo and driveline when you're going down the road.
Amazing, dude.
And then we've also added like a custom stereo in here. You gotta have music if you're driving a Hummer like this. You have to have a host of you need to have cup holders if you're cruising.
Cup holders in here. Look at all the feature comforts.
So when you go inside, you're gonna see it, like it looks like a light bar, but it's actually a sound bar by Wet Sounds.
Yeah.
And we've color matched it. And then there's a subwoofer in the back that's powered. It's a 600 watt AS10 sub. And this thing sounds amazing. It's all Bluetooth capable, and then you do have an additional remote, so if you are outside the truck, you can adjust your volume or put it on mute. You've got yourself some storage cubbies under here, more cup holders, and then you've got your 12-volt charging ports over there as well. We've modified the speedometer to be a higher speedometer because it goes faster. Normally it's 60 miles an hour, and then you can see your 4-speed selector for your transmission. We've also added a whole bunch of lights inside here, red lights, because Neil hunts with this truck. So he's going to take these doors off and blast some hogs with it. So that's perfect. You can gives you better light.
So you're gonna take this thing for a spin?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do this.
I think it'll be more fun if you take these doors off.
Got Sam on the skateboard. We're riding in style now with the doors off. We're gonna go check out the other warehouse and some other nice toys they have. Quite a warehouse here, man.
Thank you.
Give us a rundown, give us a walkthrough.
Sure, come on in. All right, so we're in our storage warehouse. We keep about 35 to 40 classic cars in stock at all times. What you're seeing is a host of really, really nice classic cars. We've got ourselves a race car from TR3. I'm sure you guys know who they are. Another Corvette, another blue Corvette. We've got a 63 Impala on some spokes. Everybody loves that. That's a replica Cobra. These are really cool because they're wider than the factory CSX style. Okay. So you can be over 6 foot and fit in there comfortably. It's got a nice well.
Factory 5?
This is a Vintage Motorworks. Oh, that's a factory 5 right there. Okay. These are both powered by 302 fuel injected motors, pushing around 330 horsepower. Pretty fun for how light it is.
Oh, I'm sure.
Here's an 86 Grand National. We just ran that, no reserve. It's sold and it's headed to Texas, I believe. Really nice car. This is a turbocharged 3.8 liter V6. They put down 360 foot-pounds of torque. This was the Supra for the American world. And then this one, this is a bad girl right here. This is a 72 Cutlass, but it's got a 468 big block, fuel injected, and then it has paddle shifters. It's got C6 Corvette brakes as well.
Paddle shifters?
Yeah, it's got, you want to see it?
Yeah.
Well, it does. It has paddle shifters, legit.
Awesome.
Probably the first classic I've ever seen with paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters?
It's a 4L80. It also has a his and her shifter.
That is
you want to hear it?
Sick. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I can do that. You got your tack on the hood as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's full suspension from Hotchkiss. Probably about 50 grand invested in this. There you go, aluminum heads. The fuel injection is underneath there. And then you can see that easy EFI for the fuel injection. There's videos of this thing running it. It feels like a modern C6 Corvette.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then I got another 65 Malibu back there, fuel injected as well with all the power options. Another Cutlass, that's like a 442 Tribute.
Look at the paint on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So clean, man.
Thank you. Real deal Challenger, numbers matching.
So these cars in particular, or all of these cars in here, are from all across the entire country?
Yeah, I travel all over the United States, Canada, and Europe to buy these cars.
Very cool. So these are all come from...
And I'm really picky. This is a all-wheel drive turbocharged truck.
I was eyeing that thing.
Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, it's a Blazer. No, this is a really fast truck for quarter mile. So 0 to 60 was like 4.5 seconds.
That's flying.
Yeah, 1992.
Wow.
So you could tell it's a 92 by the door handles. Whenever it has black plastic around it, that's a 92. They only made 500 of these in white.
And for those that don't know, this is a GMC Cyclone, I believe, right?
This is a Typhoon. The Cyclone is a truck.
I
so
noticed on the engine bay it had the Cyclone engine on it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there you go, credit for me.
Good job. Good job.
Look like complete fool.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job.
All right, so Typhoon, right?
Yeah, it's a Typhoon. So it's a
all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive, 4.3 liter with a giant snail right here. This one has 43,000 miles on it, and it's minty.
This is
Super minty.
almost a perfect example of just a factory one. I mean, it's super clean.
Yep. Wheels were refinished recently, so it looks really good. Brand new tires. And then you got your old stuff, so you got to have a 53 Ford. This is a shift on the column, so it's an H pattern, and then you have a button you pull for overdrive. So that's pretty unique. Yeah, and the interior is awesome. I bought this from an older individual.
Update them to kind of current specs.
Yeah, we go through all the brakes and the suspension and driveline before putting them out.
Because everyone loves.
You can see the shifter. So you've got your first gear, second, and then third goes all the way back. And then you got your overdrive is down there. You just pull a little lever.
A little lever?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. So you ready to take the Hummer for a ride?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
All right.
Let's see if we can find some
I think I know a place.
terrain we can.
I know a place we can go to.
A little playground, huh?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little dirty, but
Testing station.
I got a testing track. Let's fire her up. You hear it? That whistle? That's America right there.
Oh, yeah. This thing probably turns so many heads. You got something like an oh shit handle here.
Oh yeah, you should probably have a seatbelt on. I'm manipulating the throttle with my brake too, because then it locks the tires that are gonna slip. Tires in there, you feel it?
Tell Sammy to shut it.
You see the wheel?
Off the ground.
Yeah, it's off the ground. Is that high enough? They don't really flex much, but that's pretty impressive, huh?
Alright, so this thing is definitely TRC approved.
Oh.
I think it's pretty cool because you can build that boost and it'll lay it out really nice. So say I boost it up, bring it up to like 3 or 4 pounds, it launches like a rocket ship because it's all-wheel drive.
Hell yeah.
You want to see that?
Let's see that, yeah.
I can do that. We're going to build it up to around 5 pounds and then let her rip.
Yes. Yes. Dude, it instantly sticks you back into that seat.
And I only went to like 4 pounds. You do a little bit over 5, it'll spin the front tires like trying to pull it.
Oh, it's so sick.
It rips.
Alright, now let's run this guy over with the skateboard. Uh-oh. Got Sam hanging on the back. Let's do this. We got the GoPro. It's gonna get kind of messy, guys. Let's do this. So much freaking fun. Got sand in my eyes.
Like this is Florida sugar candy. Look at this stuff.
TRC approved. Little bit of a different type of TRC approved.
Yes.
Off-road vehicle approved.
That's right.
I definitely would have flew out of this thing if it wasn't for this good old seatbelt.
Oh, thank God.
That was awesome. That good? That was sick. GoPro got a little dirty. Got some, put some miles on her.
Holy
Woo. Oh yeah. Get a little race gas in it.
Just a little water. Hydrogen powered.
A little bit of silly juice.
110.
Go for ripping this thing. What's the rundown on this one?
It's a 351, fully built, aluminum heads, 510 horsepower, and it's got some silly juice.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it is.
Sneaky peek shot, yeah.
Yeah, that'll only run like 2 times, 2 or 3 hits and you're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's set up to run. It's still cold.
Oh yeah, let's definitely go around the block. Let's do it. Yeah, you can let it warm up. Interior's so clean. Little sneaky peek nitrous bottle here. Solenoid on the inside, so no one sees it under the hood. This thing is mint.
If you want to, you're running and someone starts to pull hard on you, you just click it and you can hear the solenoid.
Oh, see.
It's not on right now, so don't matter.
Right.
2500 stall to a 4.9 inch. It's aggressive. We'll have to feather for sure. You need to put some real sticky tires on it for it to not spin.
I mean, just like everything else, this is a really clean example.
Yeah,
Of one of the
American muscle. Turnkey American muscle. Actually has a pretty cool stereo. There's 2 little subs in the back and everything.
Nice. Yeah, this thing is sweet.
If you want to take that boat out, what we'll do is we'll talk to Troy and get that thing for real.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Not today, obviously, but
You hear that, TRC fans?
yeah, we'll get that.
So what's the spec on that boat? Or
It has Mercury 1550s, twin turbocharged. I think they're Mercuries. Yeah, they're twin turbo Mercuries.
Yeah.
1550 horsepower each.
Jesus. So that thing probably goes what? Well over 140.
160 miles an hour.
160 mile an hour in a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna try that out.
We're just warming this up and then we'll give it a little hit.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
It's healthy.
Oh man, sounds sick.
Do it. Oh, we're spinning, so maybe we should roll into it a little better.
It just lights them up, man. That's
oh my
awesome.
God, boat! You should have saw in the back. You can feel it has traction bars, so it's like.
Get a little squirrely there.
Yeah, you have to
She
let off.
dances.
She does. She likes to go just like every Mustang, just right in the crowds. But it's older, so it knows better.
Damn, dude,
Brooklyn's again with.
oh yeah, it's spinning them. This thing moves, man.
It's just something different.
Oh yeah.
Something you can buy.
It's classic Mustang.
You can buy and you go to a car show and you're going to win it.
Oh yeah. Clean as can be with enough power to have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Get in a little bit of trouble. probably one of the first old school Mustangs we've had on the channel. All right, guys, it's been an absolute blast here with John at Bullet Motorsports. We'll see you next time.